Hello everyone, welcome to the network theory lecture series. In the last lecture we have find out the solution for time domain analysis using RC circuit and RL circuit. So we have took the derivation regarding the RC circuit and RL circuit. Today we are going to solve some examples on the RC circuit and RL circuit. So this is the example I have right here. In the network shown in the figure, the switch is initially at a position 1. So see that this is the position 1. On the steady state having reached, the switch is changed to position 2, find the current I of t. So we have to find out the current I of t, and what they have given, that is switch, the circuit going to be in steady state. What is meant by in a steady state? Circuit is normal now. There is no any initial state I of 0 minus or I of 0 plus. So first of all we have to see that I of 0, we have to find out the I of 0 minus, and what we have to calculate I of t. In the previously up till now we were calculating that di of t di of t divided by dt and d2 I of t divided by dt at 0 t is equal to 0 plus, but we have to calculate the current now at the steady state. So it is very simple, you just have to see how to calculate. So at t is equal to 0 minus, I will write here at t is equal to 0 minus. So what will happen when t is equal to 0 minus? You can see initially at a position 1. The switch is at the initially at the position 1. So position 1 means the position 1 it is available at this point. Okay. So if you are connecting it, what will be the diagram? So if you are connecting this switch 1 and this resistor here, and here is the, now at position 1 at t is equal to 0 minus, what will happen with the circuit inductor? So when it was in a 0 at position 1, on the steady state having reached, means at this 0 at the 1 position it was in steady state. What is meant by steady state? Through the inductor there is a current, continuously current flowing at the 0 minus, so it will be act as a short circuit. This inductor will act as a short circuit. Now what we are going to do is, this is the R1 and this is inductor and this is V. Now we have to calculate now I of 0 minus. I of 0 minus. This diagram is for 0 minus. So I have to calculate I of 0 minus. How to calculate I of 0 minus? By using Ohm's law. Ohm's law, what Ohm's law tells you that when you are calculating the current, that is Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. When you are calculating the current, that is V by R. So V divided by R1. Okay. So that is I of 0 minus you are calculating. Now we have to go for now steady state. Directly we have to go for the steady state because we have to calculate I of t. We don't have to calculate at 0 plus. So at t greater than 0 means I am writing here in a bracket, that is steady state. Okay, when there is a steady state, we have to find out at t greater than 0 what you have to calculate. We have to find out the circuit now. Again I will draw the circuit. When t is greater than 0, this switch is going to close at the position 2. Okay, so when it is coming to the position 2, what will happen? This resistance is there, that is R1. Here is the resistance it will add, here is the R2. Okay, now what will happen with the inductor? So when you are calculating the inductor, what will happen with the inductor? That at the steady state, inductor will be as it is working as normal condition. Okay, when it is be a steady state, so that is inductor L. And what about the current source? The current source which is previously it was in the I0 minus, means at the 0 minus there was some current was flowing. That current we have to add somewhere. When you are adding the current, it should be add into the parallel with the inductor. So that current is flowing in the downward direction into the current, because that current direction was like that. So this current I of t we have to calculate. So this is the current, and that current value is V by R1. Okay, V by R1. Now again we have to apply the KVL's equation. Now if you are applying the KVL equation, you have to apply this resistance and inductor. You don't have to calculate for this current loop because it is in parallel. So same current will be flow through the inductor. So you have to ignore this current source. Okay, while applying the KVL. Now if you are applying the KVL through this loop, so what will happen? Minus R2 into current, that is I of t, minus R1 into current, that is I of t. And what about this inductor? So inductor, if you are writing the voltage, what will happen with the inductor when you are applying for the voltage? It will be minus L d I of t divided by dt, okay, is equal to 0. Okay, so that is R2 I of t. Now I will take minus sign common and it will get cancelled. And again I will also take common, that is I of t. If you are taking the I of t common, what will happen inside the bracket? That is R1 plus R2. Minus sign we are taking the common and right hand side is 0, so we can cancel it. Plus L d I of t divided by dt is equal to 0. Now again we have to simplify this. So this is the differential equation, d I of t divided by dt plus I of t in bracket R1 plus R2 is equal to 0. So if you are calculating this, if you are solving this differential equation, what is the solution for the I of t? So go through that differential equation. So I of t is equal to, I will take L common again. I will take this L common, d I of t divided by dt. If you are taking L common from this also, what will happen? I of t R1 plus R2 divided by L is equal to 0, right? So this d I of t, now this is the differential equation and we have to find out the solution for I of t. So if you are finding the solution for I of t is equal to k, that is constant, e raised to, that is the solution for this is e raised to minus R1 plus R2 divided by L. So this is the solution for the differential equation. So my I of t is equal to k e raised to minus R1 plus R2 divided by L t, because there is a time domain. So this is the solution for the equation. So at t is equal to 0, what will happen? Now we have to calculate this k constant. So at t is equal to 0 we have to find out.